You.
I'm well. Good morning. This is Judge Alyssa Perez presiding over the 210th District Court criminal docket. My camera is very, very slow. My computer is very slow. For March 8th, 2022, all matters being heard today are being heard in accordance with all emergency orders and directives regarding COVID-19. In addition to that, we are streaming all matters live via YouTube for public viewing. Mr. Pantoja, would you call our first case, please?
Yes, Judge Guerrero, on page 2.
Go ahead.
Cause number 2021-0D01663, State of Texas versus Jacob Guerrero. Announcement of council, please.
Roa King for the state of Texas. Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, Your Honor. Daniel Bell representing Jacob Guerrero. We're ready on.
Just checking on our trial dates. Okay, final hearing plea deadline, Miss King.
Your Honor, I believe this is the case that was in, he is in federal custody, but I'm just honoring the last rec, which is 4 TDC or 8 deferred.
So we don't have him, Judge. He's somewhere else.
That's correct. He's over there in Otero County, Judge. We called marshals, confirmed that. I filed a motion for continuance because I believe he would have taken the 8 years pending the video of the incident. So that's where we at right now, Judge. I haven't been able to speak to his public defender over there, but that's the pretty much the scenario of it.
Do you have any feel for how long he's going to be out of pocket, Judge? Because what my reset date would be August, but if it doesn't make any sense to put him in August, I don't want to put him there.
Judge, I would appreciate that date.
Okay.
Because there's a good chance that it might be less than the amount that I think he's charged with smuggling. I think that's what the charge is. It might get resolved by August, and then the court can issue out a warrant for his arrest. But he's a retained client, and I've been in contact with the family. So if we can resolve it, I'm hoping that we can resolve it by August.
Okay. And then I get a motion for continuance, so that'll be granted. We will just reset the final hearing plea deadline to August 9th and reset the jury trial to August 12th. That'll give us a window, Judge. If you know something in the interim that may need to change that, just let us know, file something, and we'll
Yes, ma'am. If I get any word either or, I'll let Ms. King and the court know about it. And once I get the exact I guess the consequences of his actions, if any, I'll inform the court immediately. Thank you very much for the courtesy on this part.
Thank you, Judge. Take care.
Bye-bye. Stay safe, everybody.
Who's next, Tree?
Judge Germany, page 2.
Go ahead.
It's cause number 2021-0D01631, State of Texas versus Phoenix Jazz, Germany. Announcement of council, please.
Roa King for the state of Texas.
Joseph Vasquez representing Miss Germany. Judge, this must be your federal custody day. She is in federal custody, having pled guilty to alien smuggling, and she is scheduled for sentencing March 28th in front of Judge Guadarrama. And I suspect that a sentence of time served is a possibility, or a probated sentence. She's not that high up on the guidelines, so she's not looking at a whole lot of time.
Okay, so what about that August timetable? Is that workable for you? Yes?
That would work for me, Judge, yes.
Okay, so we're going to do the same dates, August 9th, final hearing plea deadline, and jury trial August 12th.
Thank you, Judge. We'll be ready.
Thank you very much. Who's
Okay.
next?
Hey, Judge Franco, on page 2.
Go ahead.
It's cause number 2021-0D01583, State of Texas versus Mark Samuel Franco. Announcement of council, please.
Roa King for the state of Texas.
Good morning, Your Honor. Chris Estrada for Mr. Mark Franco, ready to proceed.
Good morning. Final hearing plea deadline, Ms. King.
Your Honor, is going to be 5 deferred.
Okay. Mr.
Your Honor,
Sanchez.
this will be a trial case. The only issue we have, and we'd be asking for a continuance, Your Honor, is Mr. Darnell has a certificate of vacation beginning on Friday through the 21st of March. So we'd be asking the court for a continuance of that trial date.
Okay. So let's, is it otherwise ready for trial? Do you know, Mr. Estrada?
I believe so, Your Honor.
Let's put this one on the July 14th, 15th trial setting. The continuance is granted, and we'll give it the backup of August 11th and 12th. Your client's not in custody. I'm just gonna set the final hearing plea deadlines and trial dates, no other interim settings. I'll rely on counsel if you all need hearings for anything else that you all request them and get them set, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Who's next, Troy?
Okay, Judge Anderson, page 1.
Okay.
It's cause number 2020-0D06052. State of Texas versus Stephen Anderson. Announcement of council, please.
Roa King for the state of Texas.
Good morning, Brent Stevens for Mr. Anderson.
Good morning. Final hearing plea deadline, Ms. King.
Your Honor, it's either 5 TDC or 10 probated 10 AP.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
My computer just went dark and then it rebooted and now Zoom came back on and I heard 10 TDC or so. I've heard a little bit, but I didn't hear all of that.
So I think it was 5 TDC or 10 straight, 10 for 10.
Yeah, we previously had a plea agreement worked out for Mr. Anderson, but he absconded and the warrant has been pending for quite some time. So I do not know where he's at.
Got it. I see the warrant. I'll give you that August 12th trial date with the August 9th final hearing plea deadline. In the event that we catch up with Mr. Anderson and have a trial date for him, was there anything outstanding, Mr. Stevens, that you know of, motions to suppress, anything like that?
Well, he had initially stated he wanted to accept the plea offer, which was a very good offer, I thought. And so we didn't have motions that we wanted heard. We were going to accept the offer. So if he comes back and has changed his mind, then we may want a motion to suppress, but I do not know.
Okay, so we'll just get you that new reset.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Who's next, Chewy?
Bye.
Okay, Judge Brett's, page 1.
Go ahead.
It's cause number 2020-0D05669. State of Texas versus Scott Edward Bretts. Announcement of council, please.
Roa King for the state of Texas.
Julia Martin on behalf of Mr. Britz, ready to proceed.
Welcome, Ms. Martin.
Hello.
Final hearing plea deadline.
Your Honor, for this one, I'm pending restitution to receive those documentations from the victim.
Okay, so what I can tell you about Mr. Bretz is that he hasn't checked in and he also has not been in compliance with PR. So I did issue that KPS yesterday, both the PR bond. Have we heard from Mr. Bretz? Is he here today or anything, Chewy? Has he called in or anything?
No, Judge, he hasn't.
Okay. So that's where I am. Ms. Martin, I don't know if you have any kind of update. I will put him on the August 12th trial track, but the KPS is gonna come up pretty quick.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Your Honor, thank you. Be excused.
yes, ma'am. Who's next, Chewy?
Okay, Judge Ibarra on page 3.
Okay, go ahead.
It's cause number 2021-0D01353. State of Texas versus David Ibarra. Announcement of council, please.
Roa King for the state of Texas.
Morning, Judge Sam Flores for Mr. Ibarra.
So we were pending, this is our class B, right? We were pending plea papers and I think we were set for this afternoon. I hadn't seen any unless they just got into my
I,
mail?
Your Honor, I sent them this morning to Mr. Flores.
Oh, okay. So we're not going to have a plea today.
If we can, Judge, I would probably need to rush this guy over here, the office. I don't know if we can do it next week or.
Let's shoot for next week. That's a little too hectic for my taste today. So let's do it. Let's shoot for next week. We'll have a status next week. Same thing, 9 a.m. But if you have your plea papers, you'll have your plea in the afternoon, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
All right, 1 week reset. Okay, who's next?
Okay, Judge Lozoya, page 3.
Mhm.
It's cause number 2021-0D01623. State of Texas versus Josiah Willie Lozoya. Announcement of council, please.
Robert King for the state of Texas.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jesus Olivas on behalf of Mr. Lozoya. Judge, she also has another case that I picked up on 2022 0D.
3380.
Yes, ma'am.
How come he still has the warrant? Let me see. What's that about?
He shouldn't. He's been checking in.
I see a W there. I don't know what for. Let me see. 20.
Maybe it's a revocation on the new case you picked up.
2020. No, that's a dismissal. Which was the other case?
The one we just talked about ended in 3380. Yeah.
That was
33.
dismissed on November 2021. Is that right?
The 2020 case?
Your Honor,
Monday.
the warrant is off of a JMAG. It's a JMAG warrant. It's JMAG 22-01235. It's for possession of marijuana under 2 ounces. It was issued on the 7th of February.
Oh, so we've got a new little misdemeanor.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Marissa. All right. So I have this one, 1623 is still active. 3380, I'm showing a dismissal back in November of 2021. Let me go back. So, Ms. King, what's the rec on this case?
Your Honor, I'm waiting for the other pending P file to either get accepted or declined.
Which one is that? POM?
So there is the POM and there's also the possession PG group 2, less than 200 grams.
That's correct, Judge. And along with that, I think Ms. King was also waiting for some restitution on some vehicles he hit.
Okay.
It's going to probably be a plea, Judge. I'm 90% sure it's going to be a plea. We're just trying to figure out the last details.
Mr. Olivas, is this the client where we had some issues with communication and then are we on track? Is this guy? Where he kind of went MIA on us for a little bit, but then we reestablished? No, maybe I have him confused with someone else.
I don't know, Judge. With this millennials, it's hard to tell. It's not one, it's the
But
other.
we're good now, right? I didn't get a bad report on him. He's not
Okay.
on this one. So anyways, okay, so we're also gonna do the August 12th trial setting. Well, I don't know if I like that, but we'll do.
Can this court do anything about that JMAG warrant and get rid of it?
Well, what is it, Marissa? What does it say on there? Is he was he like on PR bond and he's violating, or what is it?
Let me pull it up, Judge, just a moment.
Let me go. Actually, did he check in?
Yes, he did, Judge.
Okay.
He checked in yesterday and once again this morning, Judge.
I can't see the documents scanned in for it, Judge. It just says it's a pink warrant, so maybe it's an arrest warrant.
He was booked on it. I mean, I'm thinking he was booked on it and.
I don't see it on the booking, so this might be like a non-arrest or something.
Weird. You
The
might
last
want to. Mhm.
The last booking is from January.
Right.
And it was for the criminal mischief and stuff, but I don't see any other bookings. The
Mhm.
warrant is only saying that it's a pink warrant, but it's a POM. And it just still has a JMAG number and it does not have a P file. So
That's weird. You might want to check with JMAG, Mr. Olivas, see what's going on over there.
I will.
I see a POM in December, and then he was booked on one in November.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of crazy. I'm not sure what's going on. Marisa, can you give me the JMAG number once again, please, so I can check with those guys?
yes, just a moment. It's JMAG 22-01235.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Olivas. We're going to push this case back to August, okay?
Thank you, Judge. You guys have a good day. Take care,
You
everybody.
too. Take care. Who's next, Chuy?
Okay, Judge, let me see if Mr. Anchondo is ready. Chris Anchondo?
Yes, hello.
Okay, Judge, we could go with Nunez, top of page 4. It's cause number 2020-0D0-2897. Cause number 2021-0D0-2706. State of Texas versus Pedro Nunez. Announcement of council, please.
Robert King for the state of Texas.
Christopher Anchondo on behalf of Mr. Nunez.
Good morning.
Morning.
Final hearing plea deadline, but I think this is one that we were actually kind of understanding wasn't a real trial date. So let
Yes.
me ask for a rec and kind of an update, an overall update on where we are on this case. What's the rec, Ms. King?
Your Honor, it is 20 TDC, and that would be a lesser included manslaughter.
Mhm.
We've countered with a 10.
Mm. And then it's a plea on both cases, Ms. King?
Yes, Your Honor.
Actually, I think they would be dismissing the elderly because.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, so plea on this one, dismiss this, the 2897. Okay, and you've countered with 10. Do we already know that that counter is?
I gotta talk with Mr. Flores a little bit more on this so that we can I can give him my pitch as to why. But I'm looking through the portal and I've been looking through everything. I understand that with regards to some of the videos and things like that that I'm still looking for. I'm also needing to see the autopsy report, and I haven't located that yet.
Can you check, Ms. King? Is it there on portal?
To labs, whatnot. But
And I failed to ask, of course, Mr. Anchondo, you're okay proceeding without your client's presence?
yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. We do have a backup trial date of June. I think that seems like a reasonable window. I was going to bring you back sooner if you think it's a matter of maybe just negotiating a little further.
Well, Judge, I'd hate to do that just because, you know, it could fall through and, you know, it may, I mean, I think we might be close. I just need to talk with Mr. Flores.
Your Honor, I'm gonna need to look through a little more. It's actually in the attachments. I apologize.
Is it in
It's
the
there?
attachments?
Yes, it's in
What's it
attachment.
documented under?
Let me see.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, okay.
Autopsy report.
Yeah, I see it. More the post-mortem report. Okay.
So then if that's the case, then we are looking at not coming back until Cinco de Mayo, May 5th. And that will be headed towards a June 3rd trial date. I failed to mention this at the beginning. I meant to do this when at least more attorneys were here. It really is looking like the courts will be headed towards something closer to normal sooner than later. And so I couldn't tell you right now what that means. If it's at real old normal, I don't think, but something to where we will not be limited by this, jury panel, I only have these dates. So I may not be saying that anymore. But for now, we're still under the protocol. I'll throw it out there that, be ready for some possible opening up. So I'm not going to change. You have that 6/3 date, in protocol, Mr. Anchondo. I don't have panels reserved, but may not need to. We may be back to old requesting of jury panels.
Right.
And so,
Judge, may I request because like you said, we may not be back till Cinco de Mayo on this one. Maybe a status
sure.
mid to late April.
Absolutely. We can come back on, let's do, no. Yeah, we'll have to do like April 26th.
That works.
That's only like a week or two before that, but
It's all right.
yeah, but we'll be in trial at the beginning. So yeah, that's probably the soonest I can bring you in.
That's fine, Judge. Just at least so we can have something. If anything, if we do come to an agreement before or anything like that.
You'll let us know.
We'll
Mr.
let you know.
Anchondo, do you want that at the jail slot, or do you want to just do it in the morning?
No, we can do it in the morning, Judge.
Okay, all righty. Then we'll do that on the 26th. We'll just do it as a status.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Again, if you need something before then, let us know, okay?
Will do, Judge. Thank you very much. May I be excused?
Yes, sir. Take care.
Thank you.
Who's next, Tree?
Hey, Judge Olivas on page 4.
Okay.
It's cause number 2021-020-2388, State of Texas versus Abel Olivas. Announcement of council, please.
Robert King for the state of Texas.
Anthony Gonzalez on behalf of Abel Olivas, Your Honor.
Good morning. It's a status conference? Let me look it up.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, this was going to be 2 clean UAs for dismissal.
Oh, and how do we
Right.
do?
I haven't taken him yet for the following reason. He lives in Carlsbad, and when he got back to Carlsbad, he went to try to take the examinations. But you have to have a picture ID to take those examinations.
I'm sorry, Mr. Gonzalez, you're really
Unfortunately, he did
breaking
not
up.
have one.
Mr. Gonzalez, it's really
I'm sorry, Your
breaking
Honor.
up.
Can you hear me?
Mhm. Let's try again, maybe if you talk a little
Should we try
slower.
that again?
Yes, please.
Is that better? Perfect. I was saying that he needed a picture ID in order to take the examination, which he did not have. He's taken care of that. He presently has a paper ID with no picture on it. It's in the mail, according to him. He was working with that in New Mexico. He went to get a New Mexico driver's license because that's where he lives. So we do have a status hearing coming up again in late March,
Sure.
the 24th. So I'm assuming he'll have it by then. I sure hope he does. It's an easy thing to do, but it is what it is.
Sounds good. Chewy, did he check in?
Let me double check it. Yes, he did. He checked in yesterday.
Beautiful. Then we'll hope for a better outcome on the 24th. Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez.
Thank you, ma'am.
Take care. Who's next, Tree?
Okay, Judge Parlier, page 4. Cause number 2021-0D0-1394, State of Texas versus William Parlier. Announcement of council, please.
Robert King for the state of Texas.
And good morning, Your Honor. Alyssa Nava on behalf of Mr. Parlier.
Okay, and this is a final hearing plea deadline, although I do not see that there is a corresponding trial date. That's strange. What's the rec, Ms. King?
Your Honor, is 12 months state jail.
At this time, Your Honor, I haven't been able to express that to my client.
Okay. How much time do you need, Ms. Nava?
Your Honor, could I have an additional 2 weeks?
So we'll come back. Oh, we'll come back on April 5th for a final hearing plea deadline, and that will have the jury trial setting of April 7th and 8th. Do you need that at the jail slot, Ms. Nava?
No, Your Honor, I don't believe that he's in jail. He's incarcerated right now.
I show he's been in for 9 days. Are you seeing that, Ms. King?
Yes, Your Honor, I believe so.
Okay. I know that sorry. I knew he had been in for criminal trespass and then he was released, but he's been rearrested now.
I just see days in jail, 9, probably a little bit more than that. So we'll put it at the, we'll put it in the morning. And if you need to request something, I don't know, we'll put it in the morning.
Yes, Your Honor.
And with the trial date at the end of the week. Alrighty.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. So that's 4, 5, 4, 7. Okay, who's next?
Okay, Judge Rivera, page 4.
Mm-hmm.
It's cause number 2021-000-1699. State of Texas versus Jonathan Ray Rivera. Announcement of council, please.
Samantha Rogg on behalf of the state. State's ready, Your Honor. Good morning.
And that should be
Ms. Montes?
Montes.
Is she there?
She is here, but
I'm so sorry, Judge. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sorry.
I apologize, Judge. For some reason, it's when I'm trying to undo the video, it's telling me my software is not compatible.
Oh my goodness. This is a funky Zoom day. That's what I think is happening. My video was weird too this morning. That's okay. Don't worry. We can hear you. We can hear you just fine. But we're here. Final hearing plea deadline. Ms. Rago, what's the rec?
Your Honor, it's 5 deferred, Your Honor, and plea papers have been sent out.
Ms. Montes, is that what we're doing?
Yes, Judge. And I am sorry that I haven't gotten the plea paperwork back. Mr. Rivera is scheduled to come into my office on Friday morning to sign.
Okay. How about I just reset the final hearing plea deadline for 2 weeks and we'll kind of anticipate you're going to get those back to us.
Oh, that would be awesome, Judge. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
You may. Thank you. Take care.
May I be excused?
Yes, Ms. Rago. Thank you.
Thank you.
Who's next, Dwi?
okay, Judge Molina on page 7. Cause number 2018-0D0-0594. State of Texas versus Jose Molina. Announcement of council, please.
Joaquin for the state of Texas.
Leanna Gandara, adult probation.
Good afternoon, Judge Perez. Richard Esper, present for Mr. Molina.
Good morning. Hold on 1 second because I think I have a stack of papers that I need to access. Hold on. All righty, this is really great. It's the first one on the stack. Okay, Mr. Molina. Good morning, Mr. Esper.
Good morning, Judge.
Okay, all righty. Okay, so he is one of several individuals. Just so Mr. Esper, hi, Mr. Molina. I did a review, Mr. Esper, of a lot of my DWI, or actually all of my DWI probationers. And Mr. Molina is an individual who has ongoing significant non-compliance with the monitor. And what I mean by that is just a ton of skips. He just misses and misses and misses all the time. Ms. Gandara, are you on this one?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, how long have you been supervising him?
Exact date, Judge, I don't recall. It's been It's been quite a few years. I think we will go back to 2018. I can check, Your Honor. Let's see.
Okay.
December 10th, 2018 was the first meeting that I had with Mr. Molina, Your Honor.
Okay, and that coincides with the time, I guess, he had requested an occupational license. That was denied. He's on for a DWI third. Is this a true third that he's on probation for?
This is his first third, Your Honor, is my understanding.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Esper. Okay. So we've got 25 missed tests in January, 20 missed tests in February. Let me see. He's reporting as instructed, completed some of his classes and community service. He's attending treatment, counseling, and he still has his ACOP outstanding. When does he term? He's got 7 years, so he's still got some time.
Were those misses, Your Honors, or just late blows?
So a lot of them are late, but honestly, I mean, for my purposes, even late, I mean, a lot of times when they're late, they're very late. And so to me, I don't like very late, right? Because if you're missing a 5 to 8 p.m. window and you're waiting till 1 a.m. to test, and you're doing it consistently, I have concerns. The reason we're here, Mr. Molina and Mr. Esper, is because this is kind of just a general review. And I want to impress upon you, Mr. Molina, that I need you to be compliant with your monitor, because I'm putting probation on notice that I need strict compliance with the monitor for these types of offenses, for these types of probationers. This is the one thing, I think I lost him. This is the one thing that ensures that you are not posing a danger to the community. Are you driving, Mr. Molina? You're muted.
Good morning, Your Honor. No, I'm not. I'm in the office. It's just the internet's a little unstable right now.
No, I know, but generally, I mean, you don't have a valid driver's license and you weren't given permission to drive, right?
Correct.
Okay, okay. So, I mean, that's basically what I'm looking for. I wanted you here so that you and I could have an understanding that I need you to be compliant on the monitor. I'm not sure what the issue is. Ms. Gandera, have you gone over this with Mr. Molina?
Yes, Your Honor, I have. I've asked him that and reminded him, encouraged him to test on time, Your Honor.
Mhm. What's going on, Mr. Molina?
Good morning, Your Honor. I was working from home and I work for Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid, and I was in charge of manning a couple of hotlines, and the calls are pretty much nonstop, and they judge us on our call rate and the amount of time we worked. But now that has been taken care of since we're back in the office, and some of those duties have been taken away. And I had mentioned to Ms. Ganda that it'll be easier to focus on and giving full attention to the tests as they should.
Okay. Ms. Ganda, what I am going to ask is that in 90 days, you provide me another full report with respect to the monitor, and of course, if there's any other types of violations. Mr. Molina, you don't appear to be problematic in any other way except the monitor, okay? So Ms. Gandara, if you will provide me a report in 90 days of the compliance on the monitor, Mr. Molina, work on it.
Yes, ma'am.
Get compliant on the monitor, and I assure you, I will never ask you to come back again, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. I don't want to come back.
I don't want to have to bring you back. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Esper. Did you have anything else for the court?
No, Your Honor, may I be excused?
You may. Thank you,
Good to
Mr. Molina.
Good to
Thank
see
you,
you.
Ms. Gandara.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Take care.
Your Honor, may I be excused?
You may. Who's next,
Thank
Chewy?
you.
Okay, Judge Ramirez, page 7.
Go ahead.
It's cause number 2021-0D00847, State of Texas versus Ernesto Ramirez. Announcement of counsel, please.
Boa King for the state of Texas.
Carmina Garcia on behalf of Mr. Ramirez.
Anderson Ayandia for probation, Your Honor.
Is Mr. Ramirez here?
He's logging on, Your Honor.
I see him. Good morning.
He's connecting right now, Judge.
And I remember him from last week. See if he connects. Does anybody have an update? Did we have any luck? Did we have any luck with treatment options? Rose is shaking her head no.
Judge, I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Judge, I have an application from the DWI program. I need to ask them a couple of the questions so I can complete it and I can just send it to them electronically. And then I spoke to the VA, to a volunteer that can assist with him to his appointment in 2 days on the 10th to see if they can help him connect with other resources that are available to him.
Your Honor, I do have a bit of an update. He called me the next day and he told me that the VA had given him appointments every Wednesday for the substance use disorder classes. I had tried to reach out to Ms. Garcia, but I wasn't able to get a hold of her because he called me and asked me for help, Your Honor. He needs some form of help. You know, he told me, I wish I could just get away from everybody. And he's willing to participate in the DWI court. So I went ahead and did the screening with him.
The DWI court screening?
Yes, and I sent it in last Thursday.
Okay.
I talked to him basically every day since, and he hasn't heard from them yet.
Okay.
Yeah, but he did ask for the help, Your Honor, and he's willing to do the program.
Is there, I mean, is he indicating something to you? Does he need to be somewhere? I mean, and is there a resource? Like, does he need some type of inpatient in the interim until we get him to DWI court, or what, he's gone now. I mean, his connection, I'm very worried about Mr. Ramirez. He doesn't sound to me like he's in a very good place, and I don't want him, you know, he looked under a tremendous amount of stress last time, right? Like the video, I don't know if you noticed it, Ms. Garcia, but if you saw him, he was standing up and he just the visual on him was someone that was under a lot of stress. And if it's the, you know, if it's the substance use, whatever it is, I don't know, mental health, I don't know what it is, but he looked like he was on the verge. And now, you know, if he's been contacting Ms. Salayandia every day.
He's very worried about compliance, Your Honor. I know he's been contacting my office every day too.
He needs help.
It's a little bit of time to get on the treatment options. I can tell you that he's very, he follows up. Like if I tell him he needs to come into my office, he'll come in. If I tell him to call me at a certain time, he'll call in. Like I never had any issue with him complying or doing anything I asked him to.
Right. And so I'm just wondering, you know, let's just assume DWI court is the best option for him, right? If he's already been accepted. How do we bridge? Do we need a bridge to get him there? Do you know what I'm saying? Do we need, I mean, or is he good to go? Do we just modify him to go to DWI court and let Judge Anchondo utilize the resources there? I mean, what's the recommendation, Ms. Alayandia?
Your Honor, he hasn't gotten screened.
Oh, I thought you said he did and he was accepted.
No, I sent in the referral last Thursday, but it takes him a while to reach out to them. So it's been about 2.5 days, and I asked him this morning, I'm like, have they reached out to you? And he said no. Now I did ask him, you know, well, what kind of help do you need? I tried to probe with him, and he wasn't very open about what's going on. But I do know he suffers from PTSD and then lack of sleep. So, I mean, that in itself is pretty intense to not be able to sleep and then suffer from mental health issues.
So he has it is, okay, 2 to 3 weeks.
Yes, they do 2 screenings. So they do an initial screening they review the application with him. And then one of the officers does the screening, and then the treatment does another screening. It's my understanding for the DWI.
Okay. Brenda, when he is telling you he needs help, is he telling you what? Is he, what is it? Is he using? What is he doing?
He didn't admit. I was trying to probe with him. So what kind of help do you need? And he just said, I just need to get away from everybody. I just wish I could go somewhere where I don't know anybody and kind of start by myself and just be by myself. Yeah, so.
Is there a recommendation? I mean, obviously, if we're going to DWI court, I mean, I'm assuming probation's on board with that. I feel like we need to put him somewhere, Ms. Garcia. I don't know. I mean, I somewhere where he can either get counseling, something. I'm afraid. I'm really afraid, you know, we're going to lose him somehow. And I don't mean lose him, just lose him, you know, where he's not in touch with us. I mean, lose him. I mean, he's going to go to an appointment on Thursday. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if we can rely on that. Rely on it to be enough. You know, like if he goes to the appointment, that's with the VA, right? On Thursday, will they see his condition and say, you know what, we're going to put you in some kind of 3-day, you know, I don't know, mental health, you know, facility or treatment, you know, so that he can stabilize or maybe give him meds? I want to say no. I mean, I have a feeling they'll give him an appointment for another 30 days and I'll see you later. I'm afraid that might happen.
Your Honor, this is Christina Chavez with adult probation. The VA does have a liaison that we can talk to as long as we have the release, and she can flag his case and actually read the notes to see if they will offer him inpatient treatment. They can offer it here locally, or he can go to Waco to another facility. But he would have to be flagged and somebody would have to read the notes because they're not very reliable. You can't just call and they won't give you the information. I can pass that point of contact to Ms. Salandia.
Yes, please.
Your Honor, if I may, I can go ahead and send an email to the DWI court, see if we can escalate, get it going. I know they take around 2 to 3 weeks and it does have a process, but I can try.
Okay, well, yes, all of the above. How would Ms. Chavez, how does that inpatient process work if they identify him as someone who can benefit from that?
They go ahead and do the referrals and they take care of everything to include transportation. They would look into the case to see what is the least restrictive, what they can do locally. And if they feel that that won't meet his needs, then they'll go ahead and provide services outside of El Paso. What I do is I just usually request a travel permit from the court and permission, and then the VA handles everything and they'll give me a point of contact at that facility. Okay, and that's something like when we flag that would be able to be addressed tomorrow at his March 10th appointment at the VA? Yes.
Okay, so that, let me put it this way, that process right there needs to happen.
Yes,
Because,
and then we can talk to the point of contact and she'll read the notes to say, okay, yes, they did want it or he refused it, and the treatment plan, just as long as he has the release signed, which is the same one for the DWI court.
let me ask you this. Okay, so we don't have that release yet, right?
I believe I do, Your Honor.
You do? The other thing is, Ms. Chavez, I would ask, you can say, you said something like, if he accepts it, can't I just order it?
I had to have mine ordered by the court because my client was reluctant, so it was modified. He was modified there.
Ms. Garcia, I think that's where I am right now. And it may be a short-term solution with the eye to the longer solution, maybe being DWI court. Honestly, I think it would depend on whatever they assess his needs to be. You know, maybe it's not DWI court. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it is this treatment plan through the VA. But Mande, go ahead.
I think the PTSD is the worst of it, but I agree. I mean, we don't know what his needs are going to be. So we can get them assessed at the VA and then also in the meantime, get them screened for DWI and kind of see.
Open our options.
Needs better.
Yes, that's what we're doing. So that's going to be the order, is that whatever that flagging, intense screening done by the VA happen immediately, whatever course of treatment they recommend. And then depending on that, we will look to either continue with that. I mean, I don't know if they don't recommend anything, then possibly, if they don't have a resource, then possibly we will look at the DWI court. So I don't know how to put that into a mod, Ms. Salayandia, but I need that mod like yesterday.
Okay.
Ms. Garcia, your client didn't come back. So
See if I can get in touch with him, make sure he attends the VA and just kind of explain what we reviewed right now so that we can follow up with him.
And that will also be a condition of his probation, right? That he attend that VA appointment. So si nos escapa, if he goes MIA on us for tomorrow, emphasize to him, Ms. Garcia, how important it is that he keep that appointment, because the court will consider it, you know, some sort of failure to appear. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
We'll come back we're gonna come back 1 week. Okay. I just want to see where we are. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Chavez. Okay. Who's next, Sri?
Judge Salas on page 7.
Okay. Hi, Mr. Darnell.
Hi, Judge.
Okay, let's keep going. Go ahead, Shui.
Okay, Judge, it's cause number 2020-0D0-1901, cause number 2021-0D0-3087, State of Texas versus Gerardo Salas. Announcement of council, please.
Roa King for the state of Texas.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jeep Darnell for Gerardo Salas.
Okay, we're here for a status. Oh, sorry, Ms. Chavez, go ahead.
Christina Chavez for adult probation, Your Honor.
Okay, so we're here for a pre-revo and a status hearing. Have we made any, has the rec changed at all on these cases, especially on the new case?
Yes, Your Honor. The last time we were here, Ms. King confirmed that if we could find a good treatment option for Mr. Salas, she would dismiss the new case.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ms. Chavez on March 4th, last Friday, emailed us that he is reporting with everything, complying with reporting in EHN services, and he's scheduled for a drug and alcohol assessment with Ozar on the 11th. And then he's scheduled to see the EHN Takumi doctor on yesterday. That was really good English on my part, by the way.
So that happened, right, Ms. Chavez?
Yes, Your Honor. I haven't received an update because I was out of the office yesterday, but I'll talk to the caseworker later today to see what was the outcome of the doctor appointment.
Okay. Okay. So, I mean, Mr. Salas seems to be on track. He's appeared. Are we still good to go with that? I mean, are we ready to go forward? I think for my purposes, I think I'm satisfied as long as, how long is he on probation on the, how much more do we have on the 1901?
I think he's on for like 8 years, Judge.
Oh, Lord.
It's 6 years, Your Honor, until June 7th, 2027.
So, Mr. Salas, you have a long way to go on probation with me, but I think, you know, you've had your hiccup, right? You've had your one bump in the road. And so I'm ready to move forward from here. Obviously, if we have any issues going forward, we can address them through the probation case. How do you want to proceed, Ms. King?
Your Honor, I'll for the dismissal for the harassment case.
Okay. I may do, Ms. Chavez, do you want to come back on any kind of review or anything like that?
Your Honor, not right now. I believe Mr. Salas, he's compliant. I have no issues with him. If something does happen, I will reach out with you via email. But he has great family support, compliant, he can comply with reporting.
Okay, yeah, I'm good with that. Mr. Salas, you've been doing well, and I wish you well. You will continue on your supervision, but at this point, state has agreed to dismiss the new case, so you'll just stay on probation like you were before that case. Good luck to you. I don't want to have to see you back here, but if you need anything, you work with probation, and if you need to come to the court, you'll come to the court, okay? I'm pretty sure those were positive words. So, Mr. Darnell, thank you for your assistance as well, and thank you, Ms. King. Thank you, Ms. Chavez. We're
Of
good
course.
to go.
Judge, do you want me to go ahead and vouch her out on this? Do you want me to stick around for a minute? You tell me.
Since there's no other hearing, I'm pretty sure if I'm here, if he comes back, I'll remember you.
Sounds good.
Okay, thank you.
Your Honor,
Thank-
so the motion to revoke will also be dismissed.
Correct, so we need to dismiss the motion and then have the dismissal on the new case. That'll
Thank you,
close
Your Honor. You
everything
may be
out.
excused.
You may. Who's next, Tree? Thank you, Mr. Salas. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, Judge Buenrostro on page 1.
Go ahead.
It's cause number 2022-0D00067. Cause number 2021-0D02943. And cause number 2021-0D02026. State of Texas versus Sylvia Maria Buenrostro. Announcement of council, please.
Laura King for the state of Texas.
Honoraga for Ms. Buenrostro, we're ready, Your Honor.
Good morning, judges conference and final judges conference. I guess these are they not scheduled at the same trial date? Oh, let's see, we have one, arraigned was February 10. And then 2943. Okay, well, in any event, where are we on Ms. Buenrostro? She's been in jail for 244 days.
Yes, and Judge, I apologize. When I filed a motion for competency evaluation on my client, and I filed it when she had some misdemeanors filed. She had some pre-indicted cases that were at the JMAC, and then I filed it also in your court on the only case that was filed. The evaluation was handled by the misdemeanor. She came back, the evaluation came back not competent, and then the 384 pulled some cases, but for some reason, I wrongfully assumed that the 384 were going to pull all the cases to that court, but I believe at this time only the misdemeanors are in the 384. So if you want to transfer them to that court, I can prepare the orders if that's what you want from me, or
No, we'll get Chris if we need to prepare on both. So we have two, ¿verdad?
yes.
2 or 3?
We have 3, Judge.
Yeah, we
Three,
have
yes.
3.
There's a
Yeah.
2022.
Yes, so we need to prepare transfer orders to the 384th. Yeah,
We'll do it, Judge.
all righty. All right, thank you, Mr. Uraga. Sorry for that.
Thank you, Judge. No problem. I'll be excused.
Yes, sir. Who's next, Chewy?
Have a good day, brother.
Okay, Judge Campa on page 6.
Okay.
It's cause number 2022-0D00167. Cause number 2018-0D03091. State of Texas versus Gerardo Escobedo Campa. Announcement of council, please.
Laura King for the state of Texas.
Mr. Avalar, are you there?
I apologize, Your Honor. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this is on
Sorry.
Mr. Campa. I think, weren't we just here?
I think
And is
last
Mr.
week.
Campa here?
You know what? He's on the phone. He said he was in the waiting room.
Okay.
You want me to get him back on, or what do you want to do, Judge?
Oh, let's see if I look in here. I don't know which one he is, Chewy. There, he might be in the waiting room.
Judge, he was in the waiting room, but he left.
Oh, okay. So we were just looking for a number on Mr. Campa, right?
Your Honor, we were, and then Mr. Avalar did reach out to me and indicated that the video for, I believe, the dash cam that showed or that could have picked up the stop is not on portal, and I did ask my investigator to find that video. So we are pending on that.
Oh, wait a minute. What are we talking about? I mean, he's an absconder, right? If memory serves.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what are we talking about a video?
On the new case, Judge. Just so I
Ah,
can cross my T's.
who's the, hold on a second, because I always only see. Okay, so Chris, we need to, oh, there it is. Why is that's what's confusing to me. Hold on. The 2022 case is listed as a probation status hearing. And it's not a probation status.
It's not a probation.
This is the new case.
Yes, ma'am.
And we need to have the probation case listed, and it's not listed. 2018-0D-03091. Sorry, Daddy, that was my confusion here.
No, no.
Oh, okay. So we have our jury trial on the 2022 case set for July, so we're on track. Okay, so you need to do your job. You need to keep working on it, Mr. Avalar. So that's
Yes,
good.
ma'am.
I'm good with that.
Okay, appreciate that.
Okay, andale pues. We'll see you at the
Okay.
next setting.
Thank you so much. Mahabin.
Shukran.
The 2018 case needs to track the 2022 case.
Okay, Judge. I'll get that.
Thank
for you.
you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, who's next?
Okay, Judge De La Vega, page 6.
Okay, this might be one of my paper. Go ahead, Chu.
Cause number 2019-0D00939, State of Texas versus Mark De La Vega. Announcement of council, please.
Robo came for the state of Texas.
Debo de Gavia, Adult Probation Department.
All right, and Mr. De La Vega is appearing remotely as well. This is another one of those DWI review cases. I just gotta think that this has to be monitored compliance. Well, some positives. Miss Ibabe, would you give me a summary, please?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. De La Vega was placed on probation on 10/15/2019 for 4 years, ended is 10/14/2023. He recently completed the TAP program and the case was assigned to me. I did make a contact with Mr. De La Vega on 2/16/22, in which I explained all the terms and conditions, and I noted about the skip test. And also we have a positive UA judge on 12/10/21. He tested positive for marijuana. He did admit it, Your Honor. We also have set an appointment with Counselor Molinar for 3/16/2022. He did complete the repeat offender judge on 8/24/2020. We have the VIP panel completed on 10/5/2020. Community service will still have a balance of 80 hours remaining out of 80. The 10 COP days are pending. When I'm looking into the device reports, Your Honor, is like we have the same hours that he's doing the skip test. And sometimes what I notice is like up to 6 hours that he failed to comply with the test windows. The test windows we have from Monday through Saturday from 5 to 7 a.m., 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. We have 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. He did indicate the last time that he's working construction jobs. So I believe that there's no problem with the mornings. I don't know if it's just like he is not waking up early. I recommended for Mr. De La Vega to put more alarms to take care of this and then to avoid people with this who's selling the drugs to him because it tested positive marijuana. So it's not a good option for him right now. And especially when he did complete the TAP program, we need to have all those techniques applied to his life. And I barely got to know the case judge. I would like to continue working with him, but I would like just to have an admonishment because this is like a history of a lot of skip tests.
Well, and just this year, I mean, what's going on, Mr. De La Vega? You need to unmute because I want to know why. I mean, obviously you're testing positive for marijuana. You admitted that. You have a significant history of non-compliance with your monitor. That's enough for me to give you at least a jail commitment. So, you know, I've got at least 5 pages here where you're not compliant, but it is progressively worse, meaning most recently I'm getting positives, 0.04. There's something here that says 0.4. I can't believe you were at a 0.4. So maybe it's a 0.04. You're testing positive. You're blowing positive into the monitor.
Good morning, Ms. Perez. Yes, I do understand. I completely apologize. I promise from this day forward, I swear to God, God is my witness. By the grace of God, I just needed something to get my head straight. I just needed a wake-up call because it's been tough for all of us, I could say, these past few years. And I was hoping to see you earlier, maybe before, but not under these terms. I really do apologize for having to be here, not only to you, but myself, most importantly. I do have the unit, and it's been the first 2 years that I had it, it was pretty much doing good. It was, for the most part, it was great. I ended up, dealing with a lot of death in the family, with a separation. I've been working on my credit. That's a really good thing. Have a good credit. I have a home now. I purchased a home, paying off the mortgage. I have a lot to come home to. My doggies, they've been feeling it as well. Feeling they could relate a lot. They've been helping me through the struggle. and that's I understand that we need to do something. Like you said, it's enough for a jail commitment, and I'm here at my dad's place. He just checking in on me. But what can I say? Yes, I need to get back on track, and I
Mr.
need.
De La Vega, since day one, look, I'm looking December, positive 0.07. Skipping tests. I mean, I really don't know what to do other than give you a sanction at this point. What are you doing? Are you working full time, or what are you doing?
Yes, ma'am, I do work full time. A&R construction home remodels. We recently finished a CIA agent's home. He really recommended me. We talked a lot, and I try to do the best I can for people. Getting food, giving despensas and
Hold
doing.
on. What are your work hours? Like, are you working, 40 hours a week, or what are you doing?
7 to 5.
7 to 5?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Ibabe, what is your recommendation?
I would like to wait for the top assessment, Your Honor, but if we have Mr. De La Vega to do the 10 days jail commitment, so we can try to see if we can get his attention, because that is still like pending, the 10 COP as a condition of probation. If we get Mr. De La Vega attention, that will be great, and we can avoid more of these problems. We have the top appointment, and I would like to keep that one for the March the 16th to see if he's gonna need to go for intensive outpatient program.
Okay.
And maybe if you would like to have like an extra or additional time in custody.
So for now, he's gonna have, let me see. He's gonna have 45 days to complete the 10 days ACOP. I don't care if he does them work release or weekends, as whatever the jail will accept. Understand, Mr. De La Vega, that you can't show up. You're not supposed to be drinking or doing anything, and you better not show up to the jail. Probation will give you instructions on how you are to report to complete those. I will then, after he completes his 10 days ACOP, have another review. So that'll be a review in 60 days to confirm the monitor compliance. Ms. Ibabe, I don't know how well, when he does that jail commitment, I mean, keep an eye on the monitor. I don't know, how that will affect that. But I need you on track, Mr. De La Vega, pure and simple. I mean, you clearly recognize that you have not been compliant and maybe have just been cruising by, but you're not going to cruise by. And if you think you are and you continue to mess up, I'm just going to put you in jail. Real simple. It seems like you have your life together. Don't mess it up. That's all I can tell you.
Thank you, Your Honor. I promise that I won't. I
Don't
will try
promise
by the
me,
grace.
just
Yes,
comply.
I swear to
Okay?
God, yeah. By the grace of God, I will. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Sibabe, do you have any other questions for me?
No, Your Honor, just like, I will give you the report and if not compliant, I will advise. I would like to see if Mr. De La Vega also can work community service hours so we can keep him busy and stop thinking about using drugs or hanging out with the wrong people. Like I said, I'm just barely started working with this case and I would like to have a little bit more time to see what we have on Mr. De La Vega.
We'll review the community service when we come back in 60 days.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Okay. All right, thank you, Mr. De La Vega. Who's next, Sri?
Thank you. Have a great
Judge
day.
Pfeiffer on page 6. Clause number 2019-0D04540, State of Texas versus Justin Kyle Pfeiffer. Announcement to council, please.
Roa King for the state of Texas.
Edgar Eras for the probation department.
And I see Mr. Pfeiffer. I remember we were here, I don't remember how long ago, but we were going to check on, he was owing, had some outstanding fees owing or something that was owed, check on fees paid. Mr. Eras, how are we doing?
Judge, he still has a balance. We were here maybe about 2.5 weeks ago. He still has a balance for collections, restitution, and probation fees.
How much?
It's not that much, Judge. For court costs, he's got a balance of $300, restitution $50, and probation fees about $212. So overall, you're looking at about $562.
Okay. And he was going to term what, next week?
He terms tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer, are you working? You can unmute, please. Go ahead and unmute.
I'm not working right now, Your Honor. I'm actually just receiving my disability, and I just did my taxes January 31st, and I thought I was going to get them before we had this date, and they're still in processing right now.
Do we have any reason to think that he's not indigent right now, Mr. Eras?
No, Judge.
I mean, he has no income. I mean, we have no, I don't foresee, you know, I just don't, I don't foresee his ability to pay to change significantly. So
we could go ahead and terminate him, Judge. He completed 2 years probation. In essence, you know, he did a step class. He reported as scheduled. You know, I don't have any positive UAs on him. It's just the fees that is holding him.
Yeah. No. Ms. King, were you going to say something?
No, Your Honor. I mean, we're so close to the date of terming. I will defer to the court on this one.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to keep him on. Mr. Pfeiffer, you know, the court is satisfied that you've made, you know, all the efforts that you could financially. I think under the circumstances of the past 2 years, the financial constraints on everyone have been out of the ordinary. And so to the extent that you were able to comply with those financial conditions, I think the court is good to go. So your probation terms tomorrow, court is satisfied with that.
Oh, thank you so much, Your Honor.
Good luck to you, Mr. Pfeiffer. Thank you, Mr. Eras, for staying on top of this.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, sir. Who's next, Shui?
Flores on page 6, Judge. I'll get you off, Mr. Pfeiffer. Oops. Wrong one.
Okay, go ahead.
It's cause number 2018-0D00595, State of Texas versus Miklo J. Flores. Announcement of council, please.
Roa King for the state of Texas.
Deborah Ibavia, the probation department.
Okay, and Mr. Flores is appearing remotely. This is another one of our probationers. Ms. Ibabe, please give me a summary on Mr. Flores.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Flores completed recently the TAB program. He got transferred to report with me. But previously, I did have work with Mr. Flores. The last contact that I have with him was 11/17/2020. And I recently made a telephone call requesting Mr. Flores to provide me all the medical information in a letter. We have problems with his health, Your Honor. We do have a lot of skip tests. He's been trying to comply with that. I'm just pending for him to provide me the medical information. He had mentioned to me that it's been hard for him to test on the windows due to going to the hospital, emergency rooms, and the medical that we have. Still pending on that, Your Honor. He did complete the repeat offender on 9/10/2019, VIP panel 427 at 2018. The supported outpatient treatment program was completed on 1/25/22. The community service hours out of 80, we still have 16 and a half remaining as of 6/11/2020. We still have pending to the 10 days a COP. And we have the mobile unit that it got installed back in 7/28/2017, Your Honor. We have a in-home device. Not positive US right now, yet Judge. Delinquent on $195 on probation fees, but he's been trying to make payments. He had paid $1,008 towards the time that he's been on probation. We'll still have a time on Mr. Flores on 3/12/2023. He was placed on probation back in 3/13/2018 for 5 years. So that's what I have on him.
So, I mean, this is, again, Mr. Flores, I don't need you to go into a lot of, detail in terms of the medical situation, but beginning in 2018, 1, 2, 3, 4, I have 5 full pages of just skip test after skip test after skip test. And, my concern is twofold, Missy Bobby. I don't know, how, at what point you were supervising him and what point someone else was. But I don't think this was ever brought to the court's attention. I mean, if there's a reason he's skipping, the court needs to know that. And if there's, if that reason is not satisfactory, or if there is not a reason, the court needs to know that. And it was never brought to the court's attention. I mean, this is just unacceptable. It really is. Mr. Flores, what is the situation? Why aren't you able to test? I mean, he really hasn't. I mean, the monitor really means nothing on this particular probationer because this is not a condition that has been complied with. So what's the situation? Mr. Flores, you're muted.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry, you're on it. Just my heart conditions over the years have gotten worse. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
I think maybe your internet connection might be a little unstable, so it was lagging there, but you might try again. Go ahead.
It's still slow.
Yeah, I think we lost him.
Mr. Flores, if you can move to a different room that has a better connection, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you walk?
Okay. Marissa, send that to me, please.
Yes.
Well, over the years,
Please.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, send what exactly?
The ticket, if you're whatever you found.
Oh, that was for another probationer. That was for a previous hearing.
Oh, I just saw it. Who was that one? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I didn't see it.
That was for De La Vega.
Oh. Let me pull his back. Well, send it to me anyway. I'll pull this up. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm sorry, Mr. Flores, go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
No, just over time, unfortunately, my heart condition has gotten worse. So I've been in and out of the hospital, emergency rooms, all that during COVID, of course. Just because of some of the medications I do take, I'm not able either to wake up on time, or they really drain me. But that's pretty much what it is, Your Honor.
How many times is he testing, Mr. Bobby?
He has 5 a.m.
sorry,
to
Your Honor?
5 to 8 a.m., 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., 10 p.m. to 12 a.m., Your Honor. Three times.
Do your notes reflect at any point, because I think his case predates me, where probation has notified the court regarding Mr. Flores's difficulties in being able to test on the monitor?
No, Judge. It was not brought to the court's attention.
You know, this is the problem, right? Because the court is not able to distinguish or, help an individual like Mr. Flores, who is having issues being able, he's not in compliance, but he obviously has reasons why he cannot be in compliance, but the court is none the wiser because no one is reporting to the court. That's your whole job. That's probation's entire job, is to report to the court. Mr. Flores, I do see that you have a couple of positives over the years on the monitor.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if we're pending some type of documentation to probation. Is that what you said, Ms. Ibabe?
For the documentation is for I requested for the most recent doctor's results, Your Honor. So I can address this with Mr. Flores. But for the positive test windows that we have, and he was referred to the Supported Patient Program. We have one that he completed back in 7/17/2019, and the most recent that he completed, Judge, was on 1/25/2022. So he's been on Supported Patient Program twice due to the positive readings.
What is the recommendation from probation?
Your Honor, I would like to wait for him to provide me proof of that. I will continue to monitor his test windows, probably like in 3 months, a status hearing to check if he's been doing good.
Has he done his ACOP days?
Not yet, Your Honor. He's still pending on that.
Do we know if he's medically cleared? Is there any issue with him doing the ACOP days?
He got recently released from the hospital, Your Honor, but that will be from the doctor. That's what I'm waiting for him to provide me more details. I know that I have some medical prescriptions that in the past that he provided, but I was asking him to provide me the most recent one because he got just released from ER this past month. So I just wanted to check with him if he's able to do that as well.
Okay, he is going to be ordered unless I am given documentation that he is medically unable to do that. Same thing, to complete the ACOP days. He will have 60 days to complete the 10 days ACOP. We'll also have a report on the monitor in 60 days. We will come back for a review. Mr. Flores will be required to appear for that review. Mr. Flores, I need compliance on the monitor. And we need you to complete those ACOP days. That means those days that you're supposed to do in jail, unless there is a medical reason by which you can't complete them, okay? So you need to get in contact with Ms. Ibabe and go over whatever documentation she's requesting, and she will inform the court. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes,
Thank
Your
you
Honor.
very much. Thank you. Who's next, Chewy?
Judge May,
Monday.
ADA can request the violation notice. I was working on it, but it was like some of things that I need to change. My supervisor review on it. Did you want me to proceed with that or do you want me to wait?
So what is it regarding? Go ahead, Ms. King.
Your Honor, so this is one of the things that when I saw this report over the weekend, I was kind of shocked. So that's why I was uncertain if it was the probationer or if it was probation or whatever the reason, but I wanted the VN to kind of just hold on to it, to kind of sort out and see what is really going on.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. And I know there was a reference, and I think Marissa is telling me this too, about the driving, but you know, it's kind of dated. I don't know if he's, but he did get a ticket post plea. I don't know if that's what you referenced, Ms. Ibabe, in your, let me see, 14, 15. No, you don't have a 2018. Marissa, if you will send that both to me, Ms. King and Ms. Ibabe on Mr. Flores.
Yes, Your Honor.
As there's a ticket in 2018 and he does not have driving privileges. I know that's a little bit dated, but are you driving, Mr. Flores? And I'm sorry, you're muted.
No, oh, no, Your Honor. I can't, I don't have a good.
You're muted again.
You're muted again, sir.
Your Honor?
Uh-huh.
Hello?
Yes, uh-huh.
Oh, no, Your Honor, I excuse me, I can't drive. I don't have a proper function of my legs. So even before that, I haven't driven in, I don't know how long.
Okay, all right. All right, Ms. Ibabe, follow up with Mr. Flores and see what the medical situation is. I don't know if we'll be hampered by that, but we'll come back in 60 days. Okay, thank you, Mr. Flores.
Can I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who's next?
Okay, Judge, we have one final hearing plea deadline case on page 2, the Sosa Barreto, but I believe you did
Sign the
receive
plea papers.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So is that everybody?
Let me remove Mr. Flores.